Siva. Uh, Today we are talking on an important subject. The subject of our discussion is a Saturday subject on why we suffer. So, on every Saturday, we have a public subject, public topics on karma, on suffering, whether it is happiness, whether it is stress, whether it is anxiety. So, this is what we do on Saturdays, and so I call upon you to also ask questions because there are people who are struggling in the world with some topics. And how can we help them to achieve peace and happiness and understand spirituality? So today's topic: why we suffer. Sip Sachiv, Sip Ashwin, Sip Aham Brahma and Siva, Sip Siva, Girishananda, Govind and Rajanand, Sip Yogini, Harshal, Viresh and Prakasha, Sip Siji, Aham Sip Lakshmi and Sukhi, Sip Gigi, Anand, Samatma, Prakash and Chotwani, Sip Soham, Sarlanand, Atmanand, Chotwani, Sip Atmanand, Alak, Sadanand, Bliss, Sip Rekha, Jyoti, Soham and Sita, Sip Bliko, Krishnanamma, Rutanu and Sagai, Sip Minier, Anil and the rest of you who are in this call. Welcome. Why do we suffer? Are you going to ask me or are you going to give me the answers? We have got Sachiv, Mohan Pujar. Sachin and Mohan Pujar. Why do we suffer? Let's start.
Shivam Guruji.
Shubham.
We suffer because of ego and mind.
That's all.
That's the biggest issue because we are running behind the race because we want to be ace.
What
And
about
that's
the
what
body?
ego, of course, body is one also reason. But unless we realize that, that we are not a body, mind, ego, then only our suffering will stop. We are divine soul.
Somebody has done a knee operation yesterday. Both the
Mm,
knees are
mm,
operated and they are
mm,
suffering.
mm. That is the body suffering, not the soul suffering. One has to realize neti neti tattvamasi, like, I am not this, I'm not this, I'm that.
You seem to be master now. No suffering in your life.
Not at all. I'm just learning from you.
No, no, but
It's your blessing only.
you seem to be a master. Even when you
No,
speak
not at
nowadays,
all.
I notice.
I'm just reading your books, nothing else.
No, but actually you suffer or you don't suffer.
I'm not suffering. I'm in that zone now.
Very good. I'm happy. Well, how much you have enlightened, I still don't know exactly where you have gone to that path. But what is very good is you speak with earnestness. You speak with with a lot of integrity, and that is important. Okay.
Thank you. All your
So
blessings.
okay. So
I'm
good,
nothing.
Sachiv. Mohan, no. You are a manifestation of the divine. So you can't say you are nothing. Okay.
No.
Chalo. So after Sachiv, Mohan Pujar. Mohan
Yeah,
Pujar.
Guruji, I think, we suffer because of, wrong conditioning. I think, it is false conditioning that leads us, to suffer. I think, we should get into the process of, deconditioning ourselves so that, we get elevated to a different level of, conditioning. The process goes on and on like that, Guruji. Guruji, this is what I
Do you
think.
do you do you, do you suffer or you don't suffer?
No, I suffer in the sense, to some extent, yes, because of, mental block here and there, because of, some conditioning here and there, which I'm trying to overcome, by interacting with a person like you.
No, your answer is correct. Your answer is correct that we suffer because of mental conditioning. 100% correct. How to change that?
Right, Ji.
How do
Mhm.
we change that? This is a challenge.
Yeah, it is definitely a challenge, Guruji. Yes, it is a challenge to all of us. How do we, decondition ourselves?
Many many people in this call have crossed the challenge. They don't suffer because
Mhm.
they have reached that state of they realize. Open the door, please. They realize that that the body suffers. Okay, the body suffers. What can I do? The body is going to continue suffering, but I don't suffer. This is what This is what the realization comes. The body suffers, no doubt the body suffers.
Right.
But sometimes the mind suffers. Sometimes, for example, if the doctor tells me I have cancer, oh, forget the body, the mind begins to suffer.
Right.
How do we how do we overcome this suffering? Why do we suffer? So do you know, suppose the doctor tells you you have cancer, you'll suffer or you won't suffer?
Yeah, you definitely, you get the
Anybody.
feeling
I'm
that,
saying
yes.
if doctor tells anybody you have got cancer, will that person suffer?
Yeah, to definitely to some extent, unless I overcome, conditioning of myself, okay, I'm the body, my body is suffering because of cancer and all this thing. Unless I overcome, these sort of things, it is bit difficult, to come out of
Not difficult.
this.
It is not bit difficult. It is very difficult.
Yeah,
It
right.
is very difficult. So therefore, this spiritual awakening, there all this is very, very important. This is important because this is what leads us to that state. Okay, my body has got cancer. What can I do about it? I can do
Yes.
whatever I can, but you can't do anything. You can take medication, you can take treatment, you can be positive, you can do whatever you can. But spirituality, enlightenment helps us a lot in
Yeah,
suffering.
yeah.
The main benefit of spirituality is suffering.
Right.
If you ask what is the primary benefit of spirituality, it is to overcome suffering.
No comes something.
Okay. Thank you, Atmanand.
Yeah, thank
Why
you.
we
Thank
suffer?
you.
Thank you.
Shalom, Guruji.
Shiva.
So we have learned that there are suffering because of pain in the body, misery in the mind, and agony of the ego. The root cause of that is ignorance. So once we have the realization that I'm not the body, the mind does not exist, and the ego can be enlightened, then there won't be any suffering.
But do you think we are saying it? Very many people hearing us, they think we are hypocrites. They think we are just telling, oh, इतना आराम से बोल दिया, suffering नहीं है.
अब
So do you
उनको
think
एक साल
huh?
कॉल में आ जाए तो सफरिंग उनका बंद हो जाएगा. अपने अनुभूति से बोल रहा हूँ, एक साल कॉल में आ जाए तो सफरिंग बंद हो जाएगा उनका.
At बंद ना भी हो, at least suffering कम तो होगा.
कम होगा.
Because otherwise we are paranoid. Otherwise we are so upset. Otherwise we are so disturbed with the बदन को दर्द होता, ये मन तो है रोता, अहंकार दुखी होता. So this is the problem. ये बदन को दर्द होता, ये मन तो रोता, अहंकार दुखी होता. This is a fact of life. And the question is, how can we deal with it? This is it. Good, Atmanan. Soham. And anybody new on the call can ask a question. Soham.
Shivam Guruji.
Soham.
Sir, we suffer. Hello.
Yeah, bolo.
Sir, we suffer due to ignorance, sir. And when we जब हमें पता चलता है कि हम माइंड नहीं है, बॉडी नहीं है, we are a divine soul, then sir, we overcome the suffering.
How do we overcome the suffering?
When we realize, sir, we are not the mind, not the body. I am that Sachidananda, that Sachidananda Avastha.
So do you suffer or you don't suffer? Bala Sahib is now Soham, right?
Yes, yes.
So Soham. Soham means what?
So means, sir, I am that.
I am that. Then can you suffer? If you are that, then can you suffer?
No, sir, I am that. When, sir, I am that, I am not suffer, sir.
That's why I say change your name. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
I say it is so important to change your name. You cannot say Soham and then I suffer. No, Soham cannot suffer.
Yes, sir.
If I am the body will suffer. No doubt, body will suffer.
Yes, yes.
And the whole world is suffering. Today, the whole world is suffering what we call the triple suffering: pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego. The entire world is suffering. In Instagram, I told you all today, I was in one gondola in a cable car that got stuck in the sky. I was hanging in the sky for 10 minutes. सब लोग डर गए, क्या होगा अभी, गोंडोला ऐसा हिल रहा है. एक केबल पे 30 people in one cable car. मैं आराम से बैठ गया, पता है कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, हो जो हो रहेगा होगा तो होगा. तो it is very difficult to understand this, but those who have understood it's very easy, and I'm happy you changed your name. So thank you so much. Nothing else. Aham Brahma. Well said. सही बोला. Aham Brahma.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
Guruji, please correct me if I'm wrong. Guruji, mainly we suffer because of our mind, because mind produces thoughts which are either about our past life or about our future. So mainly what happens when we get thoughts about our past life, we grieve about it. And when there are thoughts about the future, we are worried about our future, that what will happen. So the only thing where we can eliminate this situation is to live in the present, that is to live in the consciousness, Guruji.
But you're focusing only on the mind. Aham Brahma, what about the body?
Yes, means one of the sufferings I told Guruji, and it is a long suffering is because of everything, mind, ego, and the body also. But once we realize that neti neti, so we are detached from the pain and agony and everything, Guruji.
So what you're saying is correct. The mind itself makes the pain increase.
Yes, Guruji.
The mind makes the pain. Pain is like a zooming train. Pain will come, but pain will go. Pain
Yes.
cannot remain. Pain cannot remain forever. दर्द आता है, दर्द जाता है.
Yes,
दर्द
Guruji.
कभी नहीं ठहरता है. करेक्ट.
Yes, mind is the only.
लेकिन जो दर्द से लड़ता है वो नहीं रोता है.
Yes,
जो
Guruji.
दर्द से लड़ता है वो बोलता है दर्द आजा. आजा, तो दर्द क्या करेगा, तो आजा. Because pain cannot kill you. Pain cannot kill you. You have to kill the pain. You
Yes.
have to say pain आजा, आजा, आजा. Then this is where the mind, हमें मन से नहीं, हमें चित्त में रहना है. चित्त में रहना है कि मैं आत्मा हूं, मैं परमात्मा हूं. दर्द क्या करेगा, आजा, तू क्या दर्द कर सकता है मुझे.
Yes,
बिकॉज
Guruji.
व्हाट हैपेंस इज, दर्द तो होता है, किसको होता है, दर्द तो तन को होता है. लेकिन वी आर नॉट द तन, वी आर नॉट द बॉडी, वी आर द सोल. अगर हम सोल की दिशा में रहेंगे, अहम अहम ब्रह्मा, तो तभी कभी दर्द हमें तंग नहीं कर सकता है. दर्द होगा, गारंटी दर्द होगा.
Yes, Guruji.
लेकिन हमें सहन शक्ति, यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, वी विल गेट दिस एबिलिटी इफ द माइंड. प्रॉब्लम व्हाट द माइंड डज, अहम ब्रह्मा, माइंड एम्पलीफाइज द पेन. ओ दर्द हो गया, ओ ज्यादा हो गया, ओ मैं मर जाऊंगा. अरे कोई दर्द से कोई नहीं मरता है. कोई भी दर्द से, दुनिया में एक भी इंसान दर्द से नहीं मरा है. लेकिन वी हैव टू फाइट इट, वी हैव टू फाइट द पेन.
Yes, Guruji.
So you are only talking of mind. Are you talking of any other pain?
Guruji, I was telling you what you said. I meant the same thing, that pain and suffering are everywhere, but the mind holds and exaggerates it. So we feel that this is so much happening to us.
Because the mind, as I told, the mind amplifies the pain.
Yes, Guruji.
जो the मन तन का दर्द को 10 गुना करता है.
Yes, Guruji.
दर्द है, मन के साथ दर्द का, तन का दर्द 10 times हो जाता है. Then it increases the pain.
Yes, Guruji.
And the suffering, why we suffer, there are 3 sufferings: body, mind, and ego.
Yes.
The ego sometimes says, oh, I am suffering, oh, I am suffering, oh, I am suffering. So we have to be able to deal with A, B, C, B, M, E, all the 3: body, mind, ego.
Yes.
Pain is a reality,
Yes.
but we have to fight the pain.
So
Okay, Brahma, you agree? All the 3 points are important?
Yes, Guruji. Miseries of the mind, pain of the body, and agony of the ego.
Correct.
When all these 3 are present, but mind exaggerates it more, Guruji, I think.
Oh, it becomes, then you cannot suffer, you cannot tolerate the pain.
Yes.
When you are in the mind state, the pain increases.
Yes, Guruji.
The mind amplifies, it amplifies
the pain. Yes, Guruji.
ठीक है? Done?
Yes, Guruji.
Samatma. Samatma.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
I love all the divine souls here. Um, Actually, we don't suffer. It is our body which suffers because of the deeds which we have done previously. And these are the fruits which we have to actually accept without any protest. Because it is actually, when you accept it as a prasad from Shiv, without questioning why me, then the suffering actually disappears. Because
Beautiful.
at that point, we have transcended everything. So when I don't question why me, I cannot suffer. No one, I mean, you can never suffer.
So that's a very beautiful point. Accepting pain as a prasadam. So you don't try to curse the pain.
Yeah.
You don't nurse the pain. You don't curse the pain. You don't rehearse the pain. Don't keep on repeating, oh, dard hai, dard hai, dard hai. No, take your attention somewhere else. If your attention is somewhere else, pain is not there. Pain only comes when you focus on the pain.
Yes.
The suffering comes when you focus on the suffering. But if you are not the sufferer, if you realize I am not the sufferer, if you elevate yourself, if you are in the higher self, then there cannot be any suffering. This is the challenge for people who suffer. Because, and what you said, we have to accept. We don't have option.
Yeah.
जो हमें दुख मिलता है वो दुख हमें मंजूर करना ही है. प्रभु का प्रसाद है, मंजूर करना ही है. And with that attitude, if we have that attitude, prasad hai, then fine. Then everything will become okay in course of time. Done? Anything else,
Thank
Samatma?
you.
Thank you.
No.
So we have
Thank you.
Samatma, Bliko. Yes, Bliko. Thank you, Bliko. Why we suffer?
Shivam, love you all.
Yes, Bliko.
So this is very nice. You already explained everything, but I can, give one more analogy that the pain is like a one arrow which comes from anywhere, body, mind, or ego, but that arrow is coming and it is hitting you because of karma, like Samatma said. Because karma, we don't know what is there in that. So that arrow will come. But there is a second arrow which is coming from mind, which, like you said, amplifying. That arrow is more dangerous than the first arrow
Beautiful.
because you have solution for the first arrow. You can take medicine or do whatever necessary to eliminate that pain, but the second arrow is very difficult to. Some people will die with that second arrow only, and that's why we have to be very careful. And this realization is being tested when there is a pain. Right now I am saying, right, but if my hand is get boiling oil on that my hand, and I get all the blisters, and that time my exam starts. That time I have to realize that I am not the body. This body, this pain is there because of my karma. I got this accident or whatever, and that is a challenge, and we have to accept that challenge and be in consciousness, because Bharat will get pain and suffering, but Bliko will not.
Beautiful. So if we can live in consciousness, अगर हम चित्त में रह सकते हैं तो दर्द नहीं होगा. As long as the problem is what Bliko very beautifully you said, if we are going to be in that state of mind, the mind will amplify the second arrow. One arrow is the arrow, the pain of the body. The second arrow is the pain of the mind, which it gets amplified. And then therefore the suffering is increased. The suffering goes up more and more and more.
One more point.
Yes.
This karma we are getting because of Sanchit karma, right? Our body, our life is running on the Sanchit karma. Even
Not
if you are,
life is running on prarabdha and agami karma, twin karma.
sorry, prarabdha and agami karma. So prarabdha
twin
and
karma.
agami karma will last until our body is we are in the body, right? So
Correct.
like Ramakrishna Paramhans has cancer, and there are many saint and enlightened people have problems in their body, and they get suffering, maybe poverty or something, but they don't suffer because they enjoy. They are in the mode of uh, atma, and they realize, so
Ramakrishna,
they don't suffer.
Ramakrishna Paramahansa had cancer.
Cancer, yeah,
And
throat
देखो
cancer,
जब वो
which is very dangerous,
कैंसर का
man.
दर्द होता था वो हंसता था.
Yeah.
अरे पकड़ लिया मुझे, पकड़ लिया. हाँ, कैंसर ने मुझे पकड़ लिया. So
That
he,
is the real
Ramakrishna,
enlightenment, people, right? Otherwise, you cannot, because that is very, very difficult. Because whenever the thought is there, when you speak, it will get pain.
body has to have pain.
Pain, yeah.
Any body, हर तन को दर्द होगा. ऐसा
And
कोई तन नहीं जिसको.
my point was enlightenment will not remove that pain. It will only remove your suffering. Pain will be there.
Ah,
Yeah.
good.
Even if you are enlightened or not enlightened, doesn't matter, right? But the pain until you are in the body, because the body is on that karma, which carrying.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Which means दर्द होगा,
Yes.
लेकिन हम दुख से बच सकते हैं.
दुखी नहीं होंगे.
दर्द और दुख में बहुत फर्क है.
So that
Many
difference
people-
we have to understand and realize.
Yes. दर्द होगा लेकिन दुख नहीं होगा.
Correct.
This is the magic of awakened people. Very good, Bliko. Rumataji, Ashwin, Ramanand, and Rajanand.
प्रणाम गुरुजी.
प्रणाम माताजी, बोलिए.
तो हम गुरुजी, when we are in Satchit Anand, where truth shines, then no problem. We are in Ananda, bliss, eternal joy. But most of us are engrossed and tangled by the illusionary nature of the world, to which we think is real. मिथ्य का मतलब क्या है? दिखता सच पर वो ना है. प्रभु ही सत्य है, जग ये मिथ्य है. But people think this is the reality. Even relation, this world, everything is mithya, to which we consider to be true. So if we are in Satchitanand, then there is no suffering.
Good. Because either सच्चित आनंद, सत्य के चित्त में आनंद, मन के मिथ्य में दुख. Either we
Yes,
are in
Guruji.
Sat Chit Anand or Man Mithya Dukha. This is what Girish Anand created. Sat Chit Anand or Man Mithya Dukha. So we should not be in Man ke mithya mein. Man ke mithya mein dukh hai. Correct?
Yes, Guruji.
कोई रूपाता जी एक आदमी था उसका 1 करोड़ की गाड़ी को क्रैश हो गया. 1 करोड़ की गाड़ी को क्रैश हो गया. वो उधर था, वो बोला मर गया. उसको गाड़ी से निकाला, उसको एक स्क्रैच भी नहीं पड़ा, उसको एक फ्रैक्चर भी नहीं हुआ, लेकिन उसको दर्द किसके लिए हुआ?
गाड़ी के लिए.
वो
This
गाड़ी
is
के लिए
the-
कोई गाड़ी के लिए दुखी होता है, कोई बॉडी के लिए दुखी होता है. तो
यही
गाड़ी
अविद्या
जैसे
है.
गाड़ी, जैसे मैं गाड़ी के लिए मैं गाड़ी को दर्द हुआ, मुझे नहीं हुआ, तो बॉडी को दर्द हुआ, मुझे नहीं हुआ. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू रियलाइज. जैसे गाड़ी में नहीं हूं तो बॉडी भी मैं नहीं हूं.
Yes,
Then only
Guruji.
we can be. This is Satya Chit Anand. Ashwin,
And
thank you, Rubata
Guruji,
ji.
Instagram was very nice. The story of the race was very nice. And we are waiting for Monday bhajans.
Ashwin,
Really,
thank you.
very
Ashwin.
nice everything.
Thank you, Ashwin and Ramanand.
Well, one of your Shivam Guruji,
Shivo.
I was going to actually talk about something which somebody already mentioned earlier on, which is body pain. I suffer from some chronic pain sometimes. And that suffering, I'm sorry to say, whether I live in present or yesterday or tomorrow, it's not going to go away. So I have to work with that. But very important thing is that quite a lot of suffering comes from attachment, actually, to people, to outcomes from whatever you're working on or whatever issues that you're dealing with. And also to one's expectations. There is an expectation, and if it doesn't happen, then you're showing some suffering. Very importantly, there is also suffering from aversion. If you don't like something, it creates a suffering as well in some way. And I told you that I've been following Vipassana, and one of the things Buddha talks about is dukkha, which you talked about earlier. And it's very difficult to eliminate that from your heart. Basically, it's not the mind, because it's the heart that's operating at that stage.
Very interesting. But let me tell you one thing. So the problems that you are having in terms of your body, you realize they are something you accepted. Is it really troubling now, or
Correct.
it's accepted?
Understood. Yeah.
But the other problems are the bigger problems. The other problems are in the mind and ego level. Just to tell you, the heart is an organ that pumps blood. The reason people say the heart is because when the mind becomes stressed and anxious, the mind pushes blood into the heart and you start pumping. That's why it appears to be the heart. Actually, the heart is only an organ of pumping blood. The heart has got no emotions. Just scientifically, I'm telling you, the heart has no
Yeah,
emotions.
yeah, I understand.
So now all I'm telling you, whether it is aversion, whether it is attachment, these are all to do with the mind. And the mind creates more misery than the body. Therefore, in this call, every time we go one step forward from mind to consciousness, from mind to intellect, we can become stronger in terms of suffering. And this dukkha. Buddha said there is dukkha, and Buddha also said there's a way out of dukkha. And the way out of dukkha is basically what is the cause of the suffering and this, who is the sufferer. So the Buddha talks about desire. He talks about the eightfold path. But I must tell you what we have learned in this call altogether, right, Ashwin? If we try to isolate the problems, the mind, the ego, and the body, it's very easy to overcome dukkha, very easy to overcome suffering.
But sometimes but first of all, suffering is universal. I mean, just uh, simple. You switch on news and you see all that's going on in Gaza or in Iran or wherever, doesn't matter, Sudan or whatever. That also touches one's in a way. It touches me a lot.
Because we are drinking that poison. You should not switch on those channels. You should only watch 1 or 2 minutes of news headlines. You watch a beautiful bhajan kirtan, you watch a beautiful talk on spirituality. Don't mind me telling you, today media is multiplying the suffering 100 times. I hope you know that, right?
Yeah.
Media is multiplying. TV is multiplying it 100 times because suffering sells. If they don't show suffering, nobody will put ads in their TV program. They can't run the TV channel. So they will take one murder and they will show the murder in 10 different ways. They will take one bomb and make it look like 100 bombs. But that's what the job of the media. The job of the media is to amplify the problem.
That's true.
So I would suggest you not to watch too much of news.
Did Abhat send you a text message telling you to tell me that?
No, I have not seen any text message from Baba. but I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul to you. Okay, that's what you should do. Watch more refreshing and inspiring things. Ramananda, thank you, Ashwin. Ramanand and Rajanand. Ramanand and then Rajanand. Unmute, yeah, both. Yeah, yes, Ramanand. Yes, sir. Please speak.
Gurudev.
Yes, Ramanand.
Yeah. See, actually, this suffering can be both the body and otherwise also like mental suffering. But
Yes.
whatever it is, for most of the people who undergo this suffering, there is see basically lack of understanding of life that both joy and sorrow are part of it, and neither is permanent, and that see everything will pass. That is there.
Absolutely.
For this,
सुख दुख आते
this
हैं,
basic.
सुख दुख आते हैं जाते हैं. Yes.
Yeah, so for this, this basic understanding of spirituality, like Neti Neti, Tatvamasi, Satchitanand, what see all the things that you tell daily, almost every day you repeat most of the things. If they are registered in their mind, it will alleviate or reduce it. But another thing you pointed out beautifully, that the mind, it has the habit of amplifying everything
Oh,
always
big
in most
problem.
of the.
Mind is the biggest problem.
So yeah, biggest problem. That's all, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Raman. Thank you, Raman.
Thank you.
Rajanand,
Thank you.
Ahemsip, and then Atman and Manoj. I think Atman and Manoj is new. Welcome, Atman and Manoj. But first we have got Rajanand, Ahemsip.
Shivam sir.
Namaskar. Bolo sir.
Namaskar. Sir, as everyone says that in consciousness we don't suffer.
Ah, beautiful.
So
There is
first से मैं आपको बात
no, very beautiful. Very first person is telling this. In consciousness, there is no pain. The moment you are in consciousness, when you are in जो भी चित्त में है, दर्द मिट जाता है.
practically I am saying sir, ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. It is not hearsay. सुबह मेरा बुखार था 103. कुछ इन्फेक्शन है इस बॉडी में. Then अभी 102 है. My eyes are wet. I was thinking I should have been in bed, but no, I am on the call, and I think that I could not speak, but I am speaking. So I definitely see a gap between the real me and the mind and ego and the body. This is a certain gap I feel, so that I am able to talk. The pain is there. In यहाँ दर्द है इस body को, यहाँ दर्द है. So that means I am not in the mind state. अगर मैं mind state में होता तो मैं बिस्तर में होता. So this is the real thing that we should try to.
No, so Rajan, इसका मतलब ये है कि जब कोई किसी को बुखार हो या किसी को दर्द हो, वो बुखार और दर्द कहीं जाएगा नहीं.
वो तो है
लेकिन
ना.
अगर हम चित्त में रहेंगे तो वो दुख नहीं होगा. दर्द होगा लेकिन दुख नहीं होगा.
दर्द मैं बोल रहा हूँ, दर्द है, मुझे लग रहा है दर्द है, मुझे जोड़ू में, लेकिन एज इफ मुझे दर्द ही नहीं है. वो क्या बात है? दैट मींस माइंड में नहीं जा रहा, मेरे अंदर नहीं जा रहा है, माइंड में है.
दर्द तो द पेन इज नॉट बिकमिंग सफरिंग.
सफरिंग
वो दर्द है, आपको दुखी नहीं करा रहा है, वो दर्द है.
दैट इज व्हाई आई शुड हैव बीन इन द बेड, बट नॉट बिकॉज़ मैं दुखी नहीं हूं, मैं खुशी से काल पे बैठा हूं. तो दुख नहीं है कोई दिल में, सफरिंग नहीं है, दर्द है. इट विल गो 2 दिन के बाद कम से कम जाएगा ये. लेकिन सो दिस इज द, यही तो है शॉर्ट में. वी हैव टू क्रिएट a distance between the real self and body, mind and ego. मतलब नहीं कैसे बोल सकते.
अगर एक इंसान समझे मैं आत्मा हूं, आत्मा परमात्मा है, आत्मा और परमात्मा को दर्द नहीं होता है.
हाँ.
आत्मा और परमात्मा, the soul does not get pain. Pain is there, body will have pain. आज मैं ऐसा बैठा था, मैं कुछ खा रहा था, एक दांत निकल गया, एक मेरा तो मैं क्या हो गया है, पता नहीं क्या हो गया. शाम को फिर मैं कुछ कॉफी पी रहा था, दूसरा दांत निकल गया. कैप्स. लेकिन मैं तो हंस रहा हूं. यू लाफ एट थिंग्स. ठीक है. एक पैकेट में डाला, दूसरा पैकेट में डाला, जाके फिट करेंगे, कुछ करेंगे, जो भी है. तो ये जो बॉडी है, द बॉडी विल गो थ्रू ऑल दीज थिंग्स. बॉडी में, हाथ में, पैर में, घुटनों में, कान में, दांत में कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा. बट दैट डज नॉट अफेक्ट अ पर्सन इन कॉन्शियसनेस.
इट इज नॉट मोर देन ए व्हीकल. ये व्हीकल है हमारा. गाड़ी तो हमारी व्हीकल ही है ना सर. उसको भी ठीक करना पड़ता है, इसको भी ठीक करना पड़ता है. इट टू बी मेंटेन्ड.
गुड. जैसे गाड़ी को सफरिंग होती है, बॉडी को सफरिंग होती है. तो वी हैव टू मैनेज, वी हैव टू मूव ऑन. गुड राजानंद. Ahemsip and then Atman Manoj.
Rohan Guruji, I bow down to you and all sipping this call with reverence.
Yes.
Till we are sunk in materialistic world, we suffer. But once we move to spirituality, then there is no suffering. It automatically vanishes because we learn the truth. Each and every call of yours, we learn something or the other, and which help us to remove all the sufferings. Now, we don't have any sufferings. I have many bodily ailments, but I'm not worried about that. And plus, if you are in any situation, then also immediately your teaching come to my mind. I'll share one experience. About 15 days back, I was in hospital, and after waiting for my turn, I entered the doctor's room. And the junior doctor said he's just coming. And we had to wait there for 1 hour and 10 minutes before he came. So when I was getting angry because I was hungry also. It was from 2 to 3:10 we were waiting there. And I was getting angry also. And I asked the assistant, etc. Every time they are giving different excuses. So मुझे गुस्सा भी आ रहा था, लेकिन उसमें भी मुझे ना आपका सत्संग आ रहा था। आप मेरे सामने बैठे हो और आप बोल रहे हो गुस्सा करने से क्या होगा, डॉक्टर ने जब आना है तभी आएगा, शांति से वेट कर लो। मुझे मतलब कुछ होता भी है तो आपकी टीचिंग्स सामने आने लग जाती हैं।
सही
दैट
बात है
इज
ना,
अमेजिंग।
अगर गुस्सा करेंगे तो डॉक्टर के साथ
कुछ
हम
नहीं
सही बात भी
होगा।
नहीं कर पाएंगे। डॉक्टर या तो कोई सर्जरी कर रहा है, डॉक्टर या कोई इमरजेंसी पेशेंट के पास
हाँ,
गया है।
सब इमरजेंसी कुछ आ गया, बट मुझे यह था कि बता देना चाहिए उनके असिस्टेंट को कि टाइम लग जाएगा बस।
तो जो इंसान चित्त में रहता है ना, अहमसिप, अगर हम चित्त में रहेंगे, कॉन्शियसनेस में रहेंगे ना, देन वी डोंट, ये ड्रामा चलते रहेगा। ये हमारे सामने जो चल रहा है सब ड्रामा है, सब एक नाटक है। हाँ, नाटक उसका है, ये संगीत भी उसकी है, हम तो बस कलाकार हैं, हम आते हैं जाते हैं, मर्जी जो है उनकी वो मंजूर करना है, ये जीवन उनकी कृपा है, हमको अर्पण करना है। सही कि नहीं? हमें व्हाट कैन वी डू? अहम सिर्फ हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हमारे हाथ में क्या है?
एक्सेप्टेंस एंड सरेंडर द बेस्ट पॉलिसी।
कल अगर कोई, समझो मैं ट्रेन में जा रहा हूँ, कोई मिर्ची खा रहा है, वो मिर्ची ब्लो होके मेरी आंखों में चली गई, मेरी दोनों आंखों में मिर्ची आ गई, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ बोलिए?
हाँ, झगड़ा
तो
करके भी दर्द तो होनी है, नहीं करोगे तो भी दर्द होगी, दर्द तो होनी है
जो
जो
भी
होनी है।
जो भी हम कर सकते हैं, हमारे हाथ में जो भी कर सकते हैं वो हमें करना है। ABC, accept, do your best and choose to surrender in consciousness. कबूल 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 करना पहले, फिर जितना अच्छे जो भी हम कर सकते हैं करो, तो उसके बाद समर्पण। That's it. Thank you, Hemsip. Atman Manoj, welcome. I have not seen you before, so the first time are you coming or have you been on the call before? Please unmute. Atman Manoj.
आत्मा नमस्ते गुरुजी। मैं पास्ट में आता था पर रेगुलर हो नहीं पा रहे अभी कुछ कारणवश, तो वैसा है।
अच्छा, very good.
तो मेरा
Welcome.
मेरा
I'm
फर्स्ट
speaking
क्वेश्चन
first
है
time.
सर कि हाँ, नहीं
पहली बार आपसे
मिले
बात हो
थे,
रही है।
पास्ट में मिले थे सरलीन मैम एवरी टाइम, सरलीन मैम।
हाँ, तो
हाँ
आप
सेंड
क्वेश्चन कभी
करके
पूछे? पहले
सर
क्वेश्चन
माय
पूछे, पहली
क्वेश्चन
बार
माय
क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं?
फर्स्ट, सॉरी
पहली बार क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं आप?
नहीं पूछा पूछा है पहले, तभी पूछता था
अच्छा,
मैं। माय
बोलिए।
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सर कि आई हैव डन मल्टीपल मॉडलिटी इन हीलिंग। सो होता क्या है सर कि मतलब कि कोई हमेशा ऐसे ही बोला जाता है, मतलब माय मेंटर सेज कि ये कर लेगा तो तू देन यू विल डू डेफिनेटली यू टू सक्सेस। तो बहुत सारी मॉडलिटी करने के बाद भी सर जैसा सक्सेस मिलना चाहिए ना वो नहीं मिल रहा है, तो सर दैट इज आल्सो कर्मा रिलेटेड।
अगर हमें सक्सेस नहीं मिल रहा है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमने एफर्ट नहीं डाला है, हमने एफर्ट डाला है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, 3 बच्चे हैं, 3 बच्चे क्लास में पढ़ रहे हैं, एक ही टीचर है, एक ही क्लास है, तीनों पढ़ रहे हैं, तीनों का ट्यूशन टीचर एक है, क्यों तीनों का अलग अलग मार्क आते हैं?
राइट सर।
तीनों को सेम मार्क आना चाहिए। तो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, ऑफ कोर्स समबडी विल से उनकी बुद्धि अलग है, उनका इंटेलिजेंस अलग है, एक स्मार्टर है, एक बुद्धू है। in the understanding of karma, what you do will come to you। लेकिन हमारे 2 कर्म है, एक कर्म जो आप अभी कर रहे हैं जो आपके हाथ में है, एक कर्म जो आपने कभी पहले किया जो आपके हाथ में नहीं है। तो आपने शायद 10 साल पहले किया या एक जन्म पहले किया, तो उसको कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे आप? कैन यू कंट्रोल दैट? You
To
cannot, you
clear,
cannot
I
control.
can clear also. I can clear because why I do the akashic and the past life regression. That's why.
No, see, you can do any past life regression, you can't change your past. Can you change the past karma? Can you go के
Just
10 साल पहले आप?
I heal ना my past karma. Just pray to के मैंने उसको उनको मतलब surrender, जैसे आपने अभी आपने बताया surrenderness and I forgive करके, नहीं
देखिए,
वो नहीं।
you can only clear your past karma when you realize you are the atma which has no karma. If you reach that state of awakening, ये ऐसा, अदरवाइज अदरवाइज एवरीबडी विल हील देयर पास्ट कर्मा. अगर मैं सदाम हुसैन हूं, मैंने किसी लाख करोड़ों का खून किया है, तो मैं हील कर सकता हूँ? मैं अपने कर्मा को हील कर सकता हूँ? कैसे हील करूंगा अपने कर्मा को? आई हैव टू पे. if I have done some murders, if I have done some criminal, एक लड़की है अभी, उसने क्या किया, अपने पति को चॉप करके पीस पीस करके मरवा दिया, तो वो हीलिंग हो गया? तुमने हस्बैंड को चॉप किया तो कल आपके पास आएगी, आप हील करा देंगे, हो गया? हीलिंग हो गया? हीलिंग नहीं होता ऐसे. जब तक आदमी, कोई इंसान मुक्त हो जाए, if you are awakened, if you are enlightened, if you realize I am not the body, फिर आपके जो पाप है वो मिट जाते हैं, वो अलग बात है. So this is the answer. Okay, anything else?
सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज माय सर के मतलब बहुत बार ऐसे मतलब एवरी मतलब टॉर्चर करते, लाइक वर्ड इज नॉट करेक्ट, कि मतलब टेम्परिंग ने टॉर्चर करते आसपास के लोग, फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स एंड ऑल्सो फैमिली मेंबर्स के तू एवरा इतना स्पिरिचुअल है, सब कुछ करता है, तो वाई आर यू नॉट सक्सेस? तो ये सेकंड क्वेश्चन इसके रिलेटेड था, पर वाई आर नॉट सक्सेस, तो मतलब कि इतना करने के बाद भी वाई यू सफर?
सक्सेस का मतलब क्या है? सक्सेस का मतलब ये नहीं कि हम ज्यादा पैसा कमाएं या हमारा नाम हो. सक्सेस इज नॉट अचीवमेंट. ये उनको बोलने दो. आप स्पिरिचुअल पाथ पे है, यू बी इन अ स्टेट के संपत्ति नहीं चाहिए, हमें तृप्ति चाहिए. तृप्ति के बाद ही हमें शांति, अनुभूति, मुक्ति मिलेगी. ये हर आदमी ना जो पैसों के पीछे भागता है, सक्सेस के पीछे भागता है, दिस इज अ रेस. इससे कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है अंत में. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट देम. हमें जितना करना है, अच्छा करना है. यू शुड बी सेटिस्फाइड. आई एम डूइंग माई बेस्ट. डू दैट एंड देन focus on the spiritual path. Focus on awakening. Don't worry about what people say. Thank you. Priya Bhojwani. Thank you. Priya Bhojwani. Yes, Priya.
Yeah, namaste. Yeah,
Namaste.
when we have the pain, like now I'm having lot of knee pain, but although we surrender, but we wait कि कभी जाएगा, you know, and sometimes we tend to meditate more, and तब से pain means can be reduced. कर्म करते हैं.
You know, yeah, so your knee pain has reached a level where you have done any knee surgery or just knee pain?
No, just detected. I did MRI and they said the cartilage is damaged, stage 3, and I have a meniscus tear. But I have to do up and down a lot. But now I'm very anxious कि कभी जाएगा the pain.
So let me
And I
tell you.
also want to ask how, like, तब से कर्म करते हैं या नहीं? That's always a question I have in my mind.
क्या कर्म करते हैं?
मीन्स जितना मेडिटेट करेंगे, सेवा करेंगे, या बुरे कर्म.
हाँ, तो पेन एनी पेन और सफरिंग इज कार्मिक. कोई भी दर्द होता है, कोई भी दुनिया में, एंड दैट्स नॉट योर कर्मा ऑफ दिस लाइफ, मे बी योर कर्मा ऑफ इवन योर पास्ट लाइफ व्हिच यू हैव नो कंट्रोल. सो डोंट कर्स इट. वो जो पेन है, दर्द है, को एक्सेप्ट करो. प्रभु आपने दर्द दिया, आपने नी का प्रॉब्लम दिया है, आई एक्सेप्ट इट. आपका प्रसाद है, मैं मानती हूँ. देन you have to see how to solve it. If the doctor says, don't ignore it. If you ignore the problem, then tomorrow you will have to do knee surgery. Then that will be the ultimate thing, correct? So don't ignore the problem, but understand how pain works. The pain works either by the knee, your घुटनों में जो दर्द है, the pain sends a signal from the knee to the brain. There's a pain station in the brain. And that pain station sends back the pain signal to your knee. This is how the pain works. So sometimes they give you medicines. They give you a medicine to cut the pain signal in the knee, or they give you medicine to cut the pain signal in the brain. There are two ways to cut the pain. Either you cut the pain where there is the pain, or cut the pain at the brain. There are two ways. But if you are in a state of consciousness, if you are in a state of silence, if you are in a state, you will notice you don't remember the pain. Pain will disappear for some time. For example, जब आप नींद में जब आप सोते हैं फिर दर्द नहीं है.
Right. Yeah.
दर्द कहाँ गया? नींद के टाइम में दर्द कहाँ जाता है?
हाँ, पर रात तक if whole day it's there persistent, then we get irritable, no? We pray to God, can please take it away.
God, this is the problem. God is not outside. God is inside you.
Right.
जब तक वो आप भगवान को जो आपके अंदर है उनको इन्वोक नहीं करेंगे, उनकी कृपा नहीं पाएंगे आप, वो दर्द तभी आपका कम होगा जब भगवान तो आसमान में नहीं है, भगवान तो मंदिर में नहीं है, भगवान आपके अंदर में है. The God
right.
that you are calling God who's outside. No, God is not outside. The God is inside you.
Right.
If you go inside, if you remain in consciousness, if you are connecting to the God inside you, ना के भगवान का मंदिर, not के जो भगवान जो मंदिर में है, लेकिन जो भगवान जो अंदर में है, वो भगवान जो अंदर है, उन be connection with that God, then it will work, then you will be strong.
Okay.
I hope you understand, because the God inside you has the power to reduce the pain and to control the pain.
Okay.
But having said that, you need to take proper doctor's advice on the cartilage, whatever has to be done, whatever exercise, whatever medication, physiotherapy, please follow it.
Okay. Thank you.
Got it? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God's will, Rajkumar. And then Mohan Pujar, second round.
Oh, what a great honor to meet you again.
Yes, okay. Tell me God's will.
So I came to this call a little bit late, so I'm sorry if I say what's been said, but I think I think the number one cause should be said avidya. Avidya, ignorance, is the primary cause, and if you can name other causes, then you would say attachment or tresna, craving. These are the important things. So
yes, agree. You are right, and nobody has told it how clearly you are telling. So avidya is a cause of suffering. Avidya, and then Trishna, desire, and attachment, all are causes of suffering. You're right, but you can overcome it. You can overcome it by being in consciousness. When you are in the state of chitta, in the state of consciousness, then all these things can disappear.
I think one should also add what in Pali they call papa karma, bad karma. At the moment, we have some countries in this world creating a lot of bad karma, which they will.
If you do bad karma, then there will be dukkha.
Yes, exactly.
Obviously, every bad karma is equal to dukkha. But whatever dukkha is over, the bad karma is settled, over, finished.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you have done some bad karma long back, 20 years back, or last life. But suppose the dukkha has come. So then the bad karma, you must celebrate. You must be happy. Over. My bad karma is over.
Yes, sir.
And then you move on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Very good. So thank you, God's will. Rajkumar, and then we'll close with Mohan Puja. And then we have a 5-minute meditation.
So, sir. Like pleasure, peace, those are actually feelings, maybe for feeling to the body or feeling to sip, because the pain is in the body, but again the pain is a feeling basically. So how you differentiate pleasure, peace, and pain?
So there are many different things you're talking about. Okay. So for example, pain is that feeling which is a physical. You're talking about physical pain. I think you're talking about physical pain.
Yes.
So for example, you break your jaw. You have a fracture. You break your jaw bone. So from the jaw bone, from here, the signal goes to the brain. And the brain returns back the signal of pain. So I told there are two ways to cut this. You can cut the pain at the jaw, or you can cut the pain at the brain level. There are two ways of cutting.
So painkiller, they give painkiller, and so it stops signals.
Two types of painkillers.
Yes.
One painkiller is the brain, in the brain. And one painkiller is the local. It helps in the local.
Mm.
So I'm just telling you. So therefore, you asked a very big question. Now, feelings. What are these feelings? Now, every time there's a thought, I explained the meaning of thought. Thought is an impulse. It's an electrical signal, which is an expression of the emotional impression in our consciousness. तो जब वो हमारा thought आता है, that thought creates feeling. Suppose there's a thought of pain. Suppose you get dard hai, dard hai, dard hai. That will create an impression, an impulse of pain. But suppose you have got a impression, अरे I'm eating chole bhature. अरे यार मजा आ गया छोले भटूरे खाने. So that thought of eating chole bhature can give you an impulse of pleasure. So it all depends upon what thought you're talking about, how that relates. Thoughts become feelings that lead to action. So there is a thought chain.
I want to just repeat or rephrase the question. See, there are two things.
Yes.
One thing is physical, and
Yes.
second is maybe base created by thoughts, by mind. So my point is like, okay, it may take time for maybe at least for me to ignore the body pain, to remain in consciousness and to just forget. Maybe you forget with consciousness the pain. That is maybe may take some time. But when we say we have pleasure and bliss or peacefulness, so that is basically what? That is again thought in the mind, or it is feeling, or it is what it is.
So mind is cause of all other misery. Mind creates fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, and guilt. The mind is creating all these problems. Pleasure comes from satisfaction of your five senses. You see something, you get pleasure. You smell some perfume, you hear some music, you taste some food, you touch somebody whom you love. These are the five senses, the sense gratification. ये पांच इंद्रियों से हमें खुशी मिलती है. Am I clear about this kind of thing? So pleasure can come from this pleasure, and so also the body's pain can come from different pain of the body. But the mind creates only misery. The mind does not create pleasure. We have to eliminate the mind. We have to still the mind. Then only we can eliminate all the misery of the mind.
So pleasure feeling going where? How you feel? Basically, it is again to the mind, or it is somewhere else.
The body triggers the pleasure into our consciousness.
Okay.
There's no mind involved.
Okay.
There's no mind. So, for example, let me give you an example. What's your favorite food?
Masala dosa.
So if you're eating masala dosa, you taste masala dosa. It's different from eating puri. Puri alag hai, masala dosa alag hai. आपने masala dosa taste किया. That taste that triggers a sensation into your consciousness, and you are happy because it gives you a feeling. So whatever you are tasting is creating impulses, a thought impulse. A thought is that taste creates an impulse, which is like a thought, and this creates a pleasure. Mind is not involved. Mind is negative, toxic thoughts. But every good thing that you do creates a trigger, an impulse in your consciousness. That creates the pleasure.
So pleasure is feeling?
It's an impulse.
Impulse. So it is related, maybe it goes to sip, or maybe tomorrow we can discuss because
sip. No. Sip is only sip is the life in you. Sip is the consciousness in which the impulse is planted. Okay. Sip is not involved in this. Sip is only giving you jaan. Sip is giving you pran. Sip is not involved in the pleasure. Sip does not enjoy pleasure.
And the pain is also basically, okay, pain is a physical pain, but it is feeling also.
The same way the impulse becomes a negative impulse. But when the pain comes, the mind multiplies. The mind will multiply the pain.
Okay.
Now clear?
So,
now you got the clear answer?
I have a couple of questions tomorrow because tomorrow is a beginner session. So I'll take it there, some questions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But I think your question was interesting. I hope I have given major answer, but you can ask tomorrow. Mohan Puja, last comment before we close with a 5 minutes meditation.
Now, Guruji, what I feel is that, if we master the art and science of living in the present, a lot of, the suffering will come down drastically.
Beautiful.
Either we live in the past or, in the illusory future, but if we live in the present, we can plan, better for the future.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. What you said, what just now Mohan Puja said, he said, if you want to avoid suffering, live in the present moment. I have a beautiful, Mohan, I have a beautiful song. I don't know if you know Hindi. In the song, I say, कल में ना जीना हमें पल में जीना है ना वो कल जो गुजर गया ना वो कल जो आना है पल में जीना पल में खुशी है पल आनंदा पल में शांति है पल जो खोता जीवन खोता है पल में ही तो सच्ची खुशी है सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कल में ना जीना हमें पल में जीना है ना वो कल जो गुजर गया ना वो कल जो आना है डोंट फॉरगेट अबाउट यस्टरडे इट्स गॉन डोंट फॉरगेट अबाउट टुमारो इट्स नॉट येट बॉर्न try to live in the today try to live in the moment try to live in the now my dear friends just 2-3 minutes thank you Bon 2-3 minutes of quick meditation dhyan every time when I ask you to meditate before we end the call, the first thing to do is close your eyes. Close your eyes because if you don't close your eyes, then you cannot really meditate. And when you close your eyes, try to shut off your five senses. Don't listen to some TV channel. Don't listen to some song. Don't listen to the masala dosa being cooked in the kitchen. Don't touch anything. Don't keep eating. Some people have a habit of eating some snacks in Zoom call. You'll keep on eating. Okay, in Zoom call you eat, but in meditation time, don't keep eating cookies and peanuts. Stop. Stop all action. Close your eyes. Don't touch anything. Just keep your hands down and be silent. And then meditate means watch the thoughts. Your mind is thinking, how much I suffer for this. Observe the mind. As you keep observing the mind, it's like a little child. The child is playing. When you start observing the child, it will stop. Child will look at you. And if you keep watching the child stops. My dear friends, meditation is to slow down the mind. Just be silent. Just be still. Don't do anything. A lot of people try to do something in meditation. Meditation is not about doing. Meditation is shanti. Shanti. Just complete silence. If you are listening to a mantra, you can. If you're just listening to any one mantra, Om, Om, Om. Whatever you are doing, don't think. If a thought comes, let it come and go. Watch it, observe it. Keep yourself engaged, either in a mantra. Maybe you can say, Tattvamasi Neti Neti Tum ho vahi ये नहीं, ये नहीं, तत्त्वमसि नेति, 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 नेति. Try to enjoy the bliss. Try to enjoy the peace of stillness, of silence. It's always good before you get up from meditation to rub your hands nicely. Rub your hands nicely and put both the palms of your hands on your eyes. And this you must do every day, whether I tell you or not. Sometime I'm in a call, I tell you, but you finish your meditation. You rub your palms. You be in stillness, even after the Zoom call is over. Don't immediately get up and jump. Sit quietly for 1 minute. Sit quietly for 2 minutes. Then this meditativeness will help you a lot more. With folded hands, I bow down to you.